Two people hear the same insult. One reacts instantly, heart pounding, face flushing, the urge to defend rising like a wave. The other doesn't even blink. Calm, still, unshaken. Same words, different reaction. What separates them isn't strength, it's strategy. The second person understands something simple but powerful. Peace doesn't come from changing others. It comes from mastering your own reactions. Most people think arguments are about winning, but the truth is, they're about seeding. Toxic people don't want clarity, they want energy. They feed on your emotions, your validation, your time. When you react, you give them exactly what they came for. Your attention. They provoke, you respond, and in that instant, they've already won. Think about it. A coworker raises their voice, and you defend yourself. A manipulative text arrives at midnight, and you reply. Each time, you've confirmed that your peace is available for negotiation. So why do we keep reacting, even when we know it makes things worse? Because we've been trained to believe silence means weakness, that not defending ourselves equals surrender. So we explain, justify, and argue, thinking we're protecting our dignity, when in reality, we're feeding the very dynamic that's draining us. The truth is, toxic people study you. They know your triggers, the pride you won't swallow, the guilt you can't ignore, the need to be understood. And the moment they push those buttons and see a reaction, they know they've got you exactly where they want you. But unbotherable people see the game clearly. They know you cannot win a game you refuse to play. They don't fight back and they don't run away. They simply stop engaging. They understand that the moment they stop reacting, the game collapses. It's like Wi-Fi. If they can't connect, they can't drain you. Of course, detachment doesn't mean becoming cold or cutting everyone off. Building emotional walls, ghosting people, or pretending you don't care, that's still reacting. That's just a different form of the same trap. Real detachment is quiet confidence. It's staying calm without withdrawing your presence. The key is becoming strategically uninteresting. You don't give emotional fireworks to people who come looking for a show. You respond softly, briefly, and without emotional color. Simple phrases work wonders. Interesting perspective. I hear you. Okay. There's no defense to attack and no attack to twist against you. You stay present but unengaging. You give them no fuel, just stillness. And something interesting happens when you stop feeding the pattern. At first they escalate, louder, harsher, more desperate for a reaction. But when they realize the old buttons don't work anymore, they grow restless, then bored, and eventually they move on to easier prey. What's left behind is peace. Quiet, steady peace that used to be buried under endless arguments. Therapists have a name for this skill. They call it the gray rock method. The idea is simple: become as emotionally interesting as a gray rock. Here's how it works. You keep your emotions steady. You share as little personal information as possible. You give short, neutral replies. You avoid explaining, defending, or justifying anything. It might sound like, "Why are you always like this?" "I don't know." "Don't you have anything to say?" "Not really." "You're ignoring me." "I'm listening, just don't have much to add." You're not being rude. You're protecting your peace. You're not cold. You're composed. But here's something most people get wrong. Being a gray rock doesn't mean suppressing your emotions. You still feel everything. You just don't perform those feelings for people who will weaponize them. You save your depth, your warmth, and your vulnerability for those who've earned them. Because your emotions are sacred, and not everyone deserves access to them. When you start living this way, life begins to change. The noise fades. The chaos loses its grip. You stop mistaking someone else's drama for your responsibility, and you realize that peace isn't about avoiding conflict. It's about having the choice not to participate in it. The person who can't be baited holds an incredible advantage in life, while everyone else wastes energy defending, proving, or reacting. You stay calm, grounded, and focused on what truly matters. You become unstoppable, not because you're untouchable, but because you can't be controlled. Remember this: the most powerful reaction is no reaction. The one who can't be triggered can't be controlled. So next time someone throws bait your way, eat a gray rock. Stay solid, stay still, and watch the game end without you ever having to play.